Is a very peculiar version of a Shane MacGowan song. And to make an even more peculiar version of a Shane MacGowan song, takes something to win, Denny, I'll be honest with you. There you go.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, there we go.
Is she going up yet?
Django right now, I'm going to think.
I've been loving you a long time, down all the years, down all the days. I've cried for all your sorrow, smiled at your funny little way. We watched our friends grow up together, we saw them as they fell. Some of them fell into heaven, some of them fell into hell. I took shelter from a shower, I stepped into your arms on a rainy night. So the wind was whistling all its charm. I sang you all my sorrow, you told me all your joy. Whatever happened to the old songs, to all those little girls and boys? Sometimes I wake up in the morning, ginger lady by my bed, covered in a coat of silence. I hear you talking in my head, I'm singing for the future, I'm not dreaming of the past, not talking of the first time. I never think about now the song's nearly over. We may never find out what it means. Still there's a light I hope for me. You are the measure of my dreams. You are the measure of my dreams. I've been loving you a long time, down all the years, down all the days. I'm crying for your sorrow, smile at your funny way.
asthma as well.
Adieu, lovely Nancy, for now I must leave you to the far off West Indies. I'm bound for to steer, but let my long journey be of no trouble to you. For my love I'll return in the course of a year. And talk not of leaving me, lovely Jimmy, and talk not of leaving me by the shore. You know very well your long absence will grieve me as you sail the wild ocean where the wild winds do blow. I'll cut off my ringlets all golden and yellow. I'll dress in the clothes of a young cabin boy, and when we are out on the dark rolling ocean, forever I'll be near you, my pride and my joy. Your lily white hands, they won't handle the cables. Your lily white feet to the topmast won't go. The cold winter storms, well, you couldn't endure them. Stay at home, lovely Nancy, the wild winds don't blow. Jimmy, he set a sailing, lovely Nancy, she stood a-wailing. The tears from her rising, great torrents did fall. She stood on the beach with her hands all a-wringing, crying, Jimmy, oh Jimmy, I'll see you no more. As Jimmy, he was a-walking the streets of Philadelphia, the thoughts of his true love, they filled him with pride. Oh Nancy, if I had you here, love, how happy I would be for to make you my bride. So Jimmy, he wrote a letter to his own lovely Nancy, saying, if you prove constant, then I will prove true. Oh, but Nancy was dying, her poor heart was broken on the day that he left her, forever he'd rue. Come all you young maidens, from me take a warning, and don't trust a sailor or those of his kind. For first they will court you, and then they'll deceive you, as they sail the wild ocean where the wild winds do blow. As they sail the wild ocean where the wild winds do blow. As they sail the wild ocean where the wild winds do blow. Looky me.
So I thought I'd really splash out being from Yorkshire, so I brought her to Louth in a caravan for 3 days. Did I, Emily?
Yep.
It was now we found a little chip shop, didn't we?
We did.
And was it an Aldi we found?
Yes.
An Aldi? Yeah. And being from Yorkshire, I took, as we walked past the chip shop, the one in town, Emily just gave me a nudge. She said, that smells fantastic. So I being from Yorkshire, I took a past again.
Why am I still here? The romance, huh? Well, he's from Gaul, so.
A Liverpool song.
A Liverpool song. It's called, well, it's called The Banks of Newfoundland. For those, do people know this? The Banks of Newfoundland. Excellent, no one knows it. Brilliant. There is a chorus. If you feel like singing, you will pick it up. You've picked up all the other ones. But essentially, whilst I sing all these songs about the sea and blah blah blah, and kind of I start to understand the terminology that's used in some, they talk about the old terms and sailing and things. But what I have learned is that I never want to actually go fishing or whaling or herring catching or any of those things, because it sounds blooming awful. I don't know one folk song that actually goes, "Oh, this is the best life I've ever had." But please prove me wrong, because there probably is. But anyway, so they go off to, and I know this isn't great, because they go off to the banks of Newfoundland, where it's cold, it's miserable, and they're dreaming of being back in Liverpool. There you go.
In a caravan.
In a caravan. So the chorus is, and we'll rob her and we'll scrub her down with holy stone and sand, and we'll bid adieu to the virgin rocks on the banks of Newfoundland. Just listen to our Barney. So wish us luck.
Now, looking round, we're going to really turn on a little bit of excitement now, because if things are going well, we might change key in the middle of this.
Steady.
I might not.
Good. Thanks, Denny. So, if you don't notice me and Emily change key, give out a little woo, and that will ignite Denny into action.
Do you do woofs in, woo? Yeah, okay.
So if it goes well and it's happening, because Emily's singing a song of the sea, of the banks of the Newfoundland, we may go into a little tune called the Rolling Waves.
Oh.
You see, we thought about that.
You just fit.
Okay.
Okay.
Shall we begin, Denny? Why not?
Come on, you lads of Liverpool, I'll have you to beware. When you're aboard a packet ship, no dungaree jumper wear, but have a monkey jacket all unto your command, for there blow some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. We had a female passenger, Bridget Riley was her name, and she was being transported for the playing at the game. She tore up her knee-pleated petticoats, making mittens for her hands, for she couldn't see us for sailing boys' trees on the banks of Newfoundland. And we'll rob her and we'll scrub her down with holy stone and sand, and we'll bring her to you to the virgin rocks on the banks of Newfoundland. Very good. Our matey stood on the forecastle deck and loudly he did roar, "Go rattle them in, ye lively lads, we're bound for America's shore. Go wash the mud off the dead man's face, and heave or you'll be damned, for there blow some cold nor'westers on the banks of Newfoundland. And we'll rob her and we'll scrub her down with holy stone and sand, and we'll bring her to you to the virgin rocks on the banks of Newfoundland." joke on the banks of Newfoundland. And the rubber rail was filled down with holy stone and sand. And more bitter to you to the virgin rocks on the banks of Newfoundland. Well, now we're off the hook, me boys, the lands are white with snow. And soon we'll see the pay, me boys, and spend the night below. Down to the docks they come in flocks, and pretty girls will stand, saying it's look with me, and it is at sea on the banks of Newfoundland. And the rubber round was swimming down with holy stone and sand. And more bitter to you to the virgin rocks on the banks of Newfoundland. And again. And the rubber round was swimming down with holy stone and sand. And more bitter to you to the virgin rocks on the banks of Newfoundland.
Shoveling
song about two lovers who from Litchfield town they came. Young man's name was William Taylor, the lady's name was Sarah Gray. Now William Taylor, he has enlisted, for a soldier he has gone. He's gone and left his own true lover, for to sigh and for to mourn. Fody-roly-rum-dum-dido, fody-roly-rum-dum-day, fody-roly-rum-dum-dido, fody-roly-rum-dum-day. Nice. Now Sarah's parents, they did despise her, filled her heart with grief and woe. Then at last she's vowed and told them, for a soldier she would go. She's dressed herself in man's apparel she's put on. She's gone to seek her own true lover, for to seek him she has gone. Fody-roly-rum-dum-dido, fody-roly-rum-dum-day, fody-roly-rum-dum-dido, fody-roly-rum-dum-day. One day she was exercising, 1, 2, 3. Silver chain hung down her waistcoat and exposed her lily white breast. The sergeant major, he stepped up to her, asking her what brought her here. I've come to seek my own true lover, who has proved to me so dear. Fody-roly-rum-dum-dido, fody-roly-rum-dum-day, fody-roly-rum-dum-dido, fody-roly-rum-dum-day. If you've come to seek your lover, pray tell to me his name. His name it is bold William Taylor, who from Litchfield town he came. If his name be William Taylor, he's not here, but I do hear that he is to be married to some lovely lady fair. Fody-roly-rum-dum-dido, fody-roly-rum-dum-day, fody-roly-rum-dum-dido, fody-roly-rum-dum-day. If you rise early in the morning, early at the break of day, so there you'll spy your William Taylor, walking with his lady gay. So she rose early in the morning, early at the break of day, so there she spied her William Taylor, walking with his lady gay. Fody-roly-rum-dum-dido, fody-roly-rum-dum-day, fody-roly-rum-dum-dido, fody-roly-rum-dum-day. She's called for shot, she's called for pistols, which were brought to her command. She spied and shot bold William Taylor, with his bride at his right hand. The sergeant major, he stepped up to her, he was well pleased at what she'd done. He's gone and made her a bold commander, for a ship and all his men, good for her. Fody-roly-rum-dum-dido, fody-roly-rum-dum-day, fody-roly-rum-dum-dido, fody-roly-rum-dum-day, fody-roly-rum-dum-dido, fody-roly-rum-dum-day, fody-roly-rum-dum-dido, fody-roly-rum-dum-day.
Working on a new railroad in mud up to my knees.
Digging.
Waiting for John Henry, he's so hard to please. Been around the world.
But Barney, it doesn't happen every time, does it?
Oh,
It doesn't happen every time. Because it's Denny,
every now and again.
it happens sporadically.
Well, it made sense to me when I was putting it together, but hey. Anybody who knows that chorus from a different song by Sarah Gray, maybe, this isn't that one. Because, we kept the chorus, and I learned a version of that song from a guy in Hull years ago called Harry Gurovich, who was a country blues slide player. But I really liked the song, but I liked the chorus even better. So we've written another song around the chorus.
Now you have.
You have.
It's become a kind of an immigration song in a way. It's just supposed to fit volatile at the moment.
So I'll try and nod or shake my head when the chorus is about to happen. And I sometimes get it wrong because I never know
I
either.
do too.
Well,
No, no worry.
thank
Just
you
on
very
the,
much.
just on the encore front, what time does your kebab shop close? We hate to interrupt your evening. If you're not happy and you've had enough, we can just all get off. Do you know what I mean? Okay.
That often seals the deal, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. I do start it. That's a worry. 2, 3, 4.
Working on a new railroad, put up to my knees.
Working on a new railroad, put up to my knees. Waiting for John Henry, he's so hard to please. Been around the world.
That was yours.
I came out with a new railroad to work for John Henry. We made tracks to every town, watch new towns come to be. The money we're making, we're spending kind of free. Been around the world.
Working on a new railroad, put up to my knees. Working on a new railroad, put up to my knees. Waiting for John Henry, he's so hard to please. Been around the world.
There's a girl that loves me, she sits deep in my mind. At the end of each hard working day, I see her dress so fine. When I get away from here, I'm gonna ask her to be mine. Been around the world. You came here a single girl, you wear a dress so fine. Single girl, how you get to be so fine? Got my dress from a railroad man, shoes from a driver on the line. I've been around the world.
Working on a new railroad, put up to my knees. Working on a new railroad, put up to my knees. Waiting for John Henry, he's so hard to please. Been around the
Life will be so different, I know life will be so fine. When I get to these new towns, I'm John Henry in the line. Railroads moving so fast, it's eating up my time. Been around the world. New railroads ready now, race cars out on the line. New railroads ready now, race cars out on that track. I made my money
Working on a new railroading mother to my knees. Digging for John Henry, he's so hard to please. Been around the world again. Working on a new railroading mother to my knees. Working on a new railroading mother to my knees. Digging for John Henry, he's so hard.